Alfred Wegener, born November 1st, 1880. Due to Mr. Wegener's family's financial backing, he was able to afford a proper education in which he exceeded in. In 1899, Alfred Wegener began attending university in Berlin, where he took various science courses, eventually specializing in astronomy, physics, and meteorology. In 1903, Mr. Wegener achieved a doctorate in astronomy. Unfortunately, space-age technology was very behind at the time, so there wasn't much to do. Mr. Wegener opted to abandon astronomy and decided to pursue a career in meteorology. In 1905, he worked at a small station in Germany. He became a pioneer for the utilization of weather balloons to study air movements. No, not those kinds of balloons. These balloons that can tell information about atmospheric pressure, temperature, humidity, and wind speed. In 1906, a science expedition to Greenland included Alfred Wegener as the official meteorologist. Tragedy struck in Greenland as 3 of the crew died on Wegener's first expedition. While in Greenland, Wegener made significant improvements to weather balloons and weather kites until 1913 when he was drafted into World War I. Who's that soldier underneath this American poster? That's not Wegener. Wegener is a German name. After being wounded, Wegener was sent to serve as the Army weather forecaster. After the war, Wegener made his third and final trek to Greenland in 1930. Unfortunately, this will be his final resting place. On his way to a supply station, Wegener would freeze in negative 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, Wegener was most famous for his theory of continental drift, which stated that the continents were once joined together in one supercontinent called Pangea. And eventually, sort of like this cookie and this milk, they drifted apart. In 1911, Wegener stumbled upon a scientific paper which listed fossils of identical plants and animals found on opposite sides of the Atlantic Ocean. Wegener also found that if the continents were to be placed together into a supercontinent, climatic belts which cannot be explained by their current positions could be explained. Wegener found even more evidence for his theory in Greenland. A lot more. He put it all in his book, The Origins of Continents and Oceans, published in 1915. However, despite the mountain of evidence, Wegener's theory of continental drift received much criticism. No one had ever heard of such a force that could move entire continents, which Wegener never explained in his book. During World War II, decades after his passing, advancements in technology brought forth new paleomagnetic evidence to support his theory. You see, the Earth's mantle is made out of magma, which is constantly turning and swishing around inside, kind of like this.